Hello, welcome back to Python RPA. In today's lesson, we will review conditional activities. Let's get started. Before we begin, let's take a look at the Python script card. The card takes Python code and allows you to select the arrow action. You can write regular Python code in the text screen. You can import various libraries that you may need, for example. You can also work with variables which you may have in the studio. For example, name equals John Doe. If you want to return the value from the script, do not use print. Use two underscore signs, then return, followed by two underscore signs, then the equal sign, and the value. We will now see how it works. The script runs, and you can see John Doe in the logs. In other words, the return command we ran displayed the result in the logs. The value it returns represents the Python script activity card value. Let's add one more Python script card and use the value generated by the previous Python script card activity as the entry value for the current card. We enter return in the text field and the ID of the previous card. Let's add the value to it. For example, we will add is a good person. Let's run it. The first script will generate John Doe in the logs, and the second script will generate John Doe is a good person in the logs, and we see just that. We also see the corresponding card ID number in the logs and the corresponding value. We will now move on to the conditional statements, the if-else activity card. Let's use the count variable we have in the scenario. We enter the condition in the card condition field. Count equals 4 in this case. The top right node represents the true outcome. The second node represents the false outcome. The bottom right one is used to process errors which may occur during execution. Let's add the Python script card to the true outcome node and add return count is 4 to the text field. And add another script card and change the text to the count is not 4. And run it. We can see count is 4 in the logs. Let's change the value of the variable count to 5 in the variable section. Let's run the scenario. We can see count is not 4 in the logs. Let's use a different activity card called switch case. Let's add it to the scenario and add return 1 code to the script card. When we first add the switch case card, it has one condition field. Once we start entering a condition in the condition 1 field, condition 2 field is automatically added. The outcome nodes are automatically added as well. Let's add the first condition that the preceding card value equals 1. The top node on the right of the card processes condition 1 result. If we add the second condition, say card value equals 2, the second node processes the result of the second condition. The last but one node processes the outcome if none of the previous conditions are true. The last node handles the exception routine. Let's add a Python script card to the first condition node and add return number 1 in its script field. Add another card to the second condition node and add return number 2. Add another card to the last but one node and add return no condition script to its text field. This node will activate if the first two conditions are not met. Let's run the script. As we can see, number 1 entry is in the logs. The first condition was met. Now let's change the initial value to 2 in the first run Python script card. Run the script. And then enter any number not equal to 1 or 2. Let's make it 5 and run it again. In the logs, we will see the results of the switch card processing in each case. The result will be shown along with the ID number of the card. No condition in the last case along with the card ID number in the logs. None of the conditions were met in the last case. So the last but one node was activated. All right, we learned about two conditional activities. The first one is the if-else activity, which has one condition and two outcomes, either true or false. We also learned about the switch case activity, which can have multiple conditions and multiple outcomes as a result. Thank you for watching this video, and come back for more lessons on Python RPA.